How to talk to guests who freeze on camera.
On cam ready in 3, 2, 1.
This is On Cam Ready. I'm Jamie Maglietta. On my YouTube channel, I'm going to be offering potentially daily tips. We'll get this moving and see how it goes. So today we're going to talk about freezing on camera. No, not that freezing. I mean, when you don't know what to say. You're put on the spot, you're asked a question, and you don't know how to deliver. Well, I always tell people you need to think about every question you've ever been asked and how you would respond if they ask it during this conversation. I also think that you need to really strategize, like, what are the talking points that this host may want me to hit, and how would I hit them in 10 to 15 seconds? Now, talking points are really, really important, but no producer wants you to show up and sound like a robot dishing out your talking points. What they want is it to sound authentic and casual and conversational with some personality. They want your point of view. So if you're going to be putting together these talking points to help yourself prep, this definitely will help you if you freeze on camera, because you can just recall what you wanted to say. As long as you don't spit it out like a robot, you'll be good. All right. Let me get to these. Say you're a podcaster or a YouTuber and you're interviewing people. Heck, say you're on television interviewing someone. Have you ever asked a question and your guest suddenly forgets how to talk? There's many moments like this on YouTube, so I'm not going to play a clip, but sometimes this happens. There'll be a guest on air and I and the producer sitting in the control room listening to air, and they freeze. You're just like, is he going to say something? Is he responding? As a producer, I quietly would get into their ear with my headset, press it down, doing this because there's a button, and press it down and say, respond. That's the worst. If you're on air and you've frozen and you hear the producer be like, respond, you know you have taken too long. Or I say something to the anchor, interrupt. Just interrupt. So that they can maybe cut that dead air and interject and say, let me ask you again. This way, if in case the guest is feeling uncomfortable, we're not humiliating them. We're kind of just playing with the fact that we have some dead air. Maybe they didn't hear me. Okay. Could have been a tech issue, right? So your energy really affects theirs as a host. And that's the same for podcasting. If you're having a conversation with someone during a podcast, your energy is the same energy they're going to feed back. So make them feel as comfortable as possible. Here's a producer trick. And guys, you should be thinking like producers if you're creating your own content. Lower your tone. Smile. Say, let's take that again. That's another way you can help move the conversation on. In my other video, I talk about how you want an edit word. In addition to essentially arming your guest with an edit word and knowing one yourself, you want to remind them that they can use it. So if your guest is freezing up, or even if you are, this phrase is so professional and well recognized within our industry, you can use it anytime. Let's take that again, okay? See what I'm saying? And I don't know why there's a thumbs up happening. Maybe I'm going live on this Riverside platform. I don't know why there's a thumbs up, but there was a thumbs up. So I'm going to pick up here. Yeah, that's where I'm using my pickup. Or I'm going to keep this pickup in since I talked about pickup as my edit, as my edit word in my other video. All right, let's take that again. See, this is reassuring someone as well as your guests if you decide to keep it in. Sometimes those moments, those pauses, add drama and intensity and emotion to the conversation, and sometimes you don't want to cut them out. So remind your hosts and remind your guests, dependent on your role, never fill silence with panic. You don't want to panic. It's okay. Now, if it's live, I know you want to panic. If you only have 5 minutes on television, there is definitely a moment of panic. However, I never would allow that panic to get into my anchor's ear or the guest's ear. So you, as the on-camera talent or podcast producer or guest, you want to remember to stay calm. It's all going to be okay. Everyone messes up. So if you're the host, remember, share an edit word with your guest. Check out that other video. You want to demonstrate how you'd re-ask a question Let's do that again. Let's rephrase that. Let's try again. Having a way to get someone to restate something and mention how, you really want to reset calmly. Don't ever make them feel silly or stupid or anything like that. Hey guys, I have a visibility course coming out. Visit oncamready.com. You could do the waitlist right now, oncamready.com/waitlist, so you know when it's out, but I am going to be launching it in like a few days. So it could be out by the time you get here. And be sure to find me on Instagram, Jamie_Maglietta, and I'll see you here. Guys, don't go away yet. Wait, Unknown to Known, the podcast. You can listen to that next.